Okay, so I do want to kind of change the subject a little bit, or the focus towards PR and marketing yourself, not to viewers, but to companies,
Yes.
brands, sponsorships, colleagues, developers, etc. Where do we start with this? Where do you guys want to take this?
Respect. RESPECT. I mean, like people look at everything you do on the online because it's easy to access, right? I think when it comes to PR and what I do over at GCX now is we reach out. I personally reach out to people with the utmost respect. Like, no matter what's happening, I respect what you do. I respect it enough to be able to at least research and watch some of your whatever it is that you're putting out, so I know who I'm talking to, and I don't just send out a blank email that says, "Hey, name with brackets here," and not actually replace the name. We're reaching out to see if you want to talk about GCX, what formerly known as Guardian Con, but if they go to my Twitter account and they're like, well, this person is pretty negative towards most of the people, it doesn't sound like if I work with this person that I can guarantee they're gonna actually talk well about my brand or what it is that I'm doing. So, okay, so what I was gonna say at the beginning, I totally forgot, which was as a content creator, it's so different from like a company when it comes to marketing. You're always marketing. Like, you're always marketing yourself. Like, no matter what, you're always finding your brand and you're always doing something that affects your brand. So if you're mean to your viewers, or you're mean to, let's say, mean to a friend on the internet, and nobody knows that you guys are friends or what's going on,
yeah,
who's to say you're not going to be mean to the person that wants to pay you a bunch of money to promote their product? Like, it's why, like, if I'm gonna joke around and tease my friends a little bit, it's gonna be very clear, at least, that we are friends, or we do it in private or whatever it's going on. You have to be very careful with a lot of things. That's the beginning. That's where to start. So start with respecting others and showing that you care about what's going on within your professional space.
Yeah,
I think you have to lead with the person you are pitching to. What do they want? What do they need? How do you help them achieve their goals? You want to give before you can receive. It's the holiday season. Give before you receive.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing that I usually say is going, okay, so let's say I'm doing, I don't know. Okay, I'm not going to do sandwiches. Let's say I'm
subs.
I want more stickers for this. It's a panini. I want more stickers.
That's a Monster
for this.
Rancher sticker. I want.
That's right. Right there.
Yeah.
So I go, all right, I want more stickers for this. And I go out and I say, hey, I've got a stream and I have this sticker bottle. If you put a sticker on this bottle, it'll promote them to my stream. And I know you're looking to tap into this type of market of the audience that I have. That's one way to think about it. The other thing is, how do you get them to notice your message? If you lead in and go, hi, my name is Jerry and I run a stream, and it's like, no one cares about that. I don't care
Where's
about
Jerry,
you.
man? Jerry's getting beat up on today.
Jerry's really taking it.
Jerry's
hard
having a rough
today.
time.
It's a rough one.
But also, they probably already know that information, right?
Right, or you want to lead with them. So if I go to Loco and I go, Loco, I love your show. It is one of the best shows on Twitch to talk about what's going on in streaming, and I always recommend people to it. And here's a great idea. I have some information about marketing. I would love to be on your show and share that with your audience. Would you be interested in that?
Right? I'm pretty sure that's what you did.
Welcome to the show.
Right, exactly. But that's how you pitch people out is you recognize what's great about them, see how you can add to their greatness, not how they can add to your greatness, and then say, hey, are you into it? And it doesn't hurt to ask.
And to throw respect back in there, if you think about respect and you actually do respect the person, you won't have to worry about coming off as ingenuine. But if you really don't know the person, you don't care about it, you just maybe want something from them and that's it, it's going to be very clear that that's what's going on. And people worry about that all the time. How do I sound ingenuine? Or how do I sound genuine? How do I stop sounding ingenuine? Well, be genuine. It's really like that simple. Like, respect the person you're talking to. Yeah. Think about it for a second. Think about the question you're trying to ask. not about how, okay, and because there's a lot of, okay, how do I say this with, like, how would I say this in person when I'm as a normal person and I'm trying to be nice, I'm trying to like tell them who I am and stuff like that. How would I say this in a real life situation where I respect the person, instead of sounding, how do I say this in the best way for them to get to do something for me?
Right, exactly. I have a deck I could share on stream, maybe. Oh no, I can't share that. It's there's some personal stuff on there. But one of the things that I do is, if I'm trying to present to a company, I want to put into my messaging what they're going to get out of it, and not like, you'll feel good, but I have this many viewers and I have this many people who would be willing to purchase this, so therefore you will see this return on your investment. So if I say, I present this video and I get 1,000 views on it, and 10 people click through the link and one person purchases, then you'll see a return on your investment. Something I like to do is there's a lot of market research out there that you can research. One thing is like e-commerce conversion is like 1%. So work backwards. If you get 1 out of 100, and you know that 100 people are going to click on a link, and then clicks are 2 to 3%, on, like, let's say email. So off the top of my head, email comms do a 20% open rate and 2 to 3 click-through rate. Oh my God, I can't do math. But you understand how that now we're redoing the funnel of going, I can get you this amount of money based on if this happens and this happens and this happens, based on my content, my audience. And you present that into a doc, then they can imagine it in their mind. You have to remember, as creators, we're very imaginative, we're very creative. A lot of people in the world are not that way. Trust me, I've talked with casting directors. It's
shots fired.
Yeah, exactly. You have to create. You have to do the work for them, and the more work you can do for them to show them that they're going to have a positive outcome from a relationship with you and put it in tangible terms, then they're going to want to make the conversion.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
We spend, so in like a 16-week course on public speaking, we spend an entire week, which is 2 to 3 classes, which is a lot to spend on one subject, about self-disclosure. And that comes with why is that funny? I'm not exposing it. I'm not exposing myself. But we talk about self-disclosure in the sense that like being able to help somebody get to know you a little bit better without having to be forced to ask questions about yourself is an easier way to bridge that gap of awkwardness. And if you're giving a speech, nobody's going to ask you questions until maybe the end of your speech. So a little bit of self-disclosure and say, hey, like, if I'm pitching this to you because I'm going to be honest with you, it gives me a return, right? And we do this in streaming all the time. Obviously, between the FTC and the FCC, we have a lot of requirements, but we disclose, hey, if you use my link, it's something that they're paying me to do, but also it gives me money. It allows me to do what I'm doing. It literally pays me a certain percentage, and it does really well. Thank you guys so much for being a part of that. And you don't, as long as you don't have to say a lot of that and still stay within the FTC guidelines, but that little bit of self-disclosure helps people trust you a little bit more, because especially if you're being honest, obviously, it's like, hey, this is helping me out a little bit, and I appreciate it. I mean, obviously you don't spend any extra money. You can do this anywhere. You can do this anywhere you want. But if you use this link, it really helps, and it gives me a little bit of cash in the back end. So I appreciate it. Thank you. And that's a little bit of, if I'm giving a pitch to somebody, you're gonna make this much money if you sign up with us. We're gonna make a percentage of that too, which is why it benefits both of us. So, and then, because a lot of people come off as like, they'll say you're gonna make this much money, and then in the back of people's head they're like, okay, but what are they getting out of this?
Yeah.
Well, why not answer that question at least?
Exactly. What are they getting out of this?
Yeah,
and why
totally.
aren't they telling me?
Yeah,
like, that's the thing that then follows that up, is like, this does not feel
get rid
right.
of that question as much as possible by telling them some things that
Right.
you may be getting out of it.
Your what's the objection handle?
Yeah. You want to take out as much objection as possible. And that big thing of what are they getting out of it is a huge deterrent for people, especially if you don't answer it, and especially if they have the guts to ask it and you give them a shady answer.